We got our hands on the new X100VI from Fujifilm. This is the successor to the extremely popular and basically unobtainable X100V. It's got more resolution, it's got faster autofocus. We went absolutely crazy and I can't wait to show you. Stay tuned. Before we get into it, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more first looks, tutorials, and camera reviews. Now, a couple of things we got to get out of the way first. This is a pre-production model of the camera, so the actual image quality and final experience may be a little bit different at launch. Also, all the footage shot on this camera was shot using JPEG, so everything you're gonna see is gonna be a straight JPEG, potentially with some editing. Also, this video itself is being shot on the H2S, which is an amazing camera. We always like to bust out the Fujifilm cameras when we're doing Fujifilm reviews. All the B-roll footage that isn't shot using this camera has been shot with the H2S. So the X100VI represents the next iteration of the X100 cameras. So the X100 series gained popularity for being small, compact, great image quality, and kind of a no-frills sort of shooting experience. You don't have a ton of different buttons kind of taking up your attention. A lot of your main camera settings can be accessed using dials here. We have a dial for ISO, shutter speed, of course your aperture as well. It makes for a kind of a slower shooting experience. The X100VI improves on that formula by providing a 40 megapixel sensor, improving their autofocus algorithms, and adding all of their latest film simulations. This is the successor to the X100V. First thing to note is the 6 is just ever so slightly thicker. However, every accessory, including lens converters, leather cases, are all gonna work from one to the other. But first I wanna talk about the autofocus. So as part of our shooting and testing, we took it around the streets. I kind of wanted to take it to a concert. These kind of local concerts are really where I caught the photography bug as a young and budding filmmaker. It's a very special place in my heart. I also know it's one of the most challenging places to get really good photos, especially using autofocus. And what was shocking is the X100VI was pretty well up to the task. You know, when lights started to strobe, it was a little bit hairy, but it was still, I was managing to get really solid photos just using the autofocus built into the system. And of course, in good lighting situations, it's even better. In those kind of normal lighting situations outside, you know, we have a picture here, Savannah crossing the street. It was tracking her from the moment we started shooting. And it did an excellent job of just following her across the street as we took these photos. We've definitely noticed that the 100VI is much faster, much stickier in terms of autofocus. A lot of the diehard fans of this series of cameras are really going to appreciate that. Now, the new sensor is probably going to be the most welcome addition on this new camera. Now it has 40 megapixels, which is like print-worthy. That's a 1.5 times improvement over the previous 26 megapixels of the X100V. So that means more room for cropping. It also means better video modes. It can shoot up to 6.2K in 16:9 with a slight crop. It can shoot obviously 4K as well. It also means that your digital teleconverters are gonna have just that much more resolution when you decide to use those. I think if you've seen some of my other videos, you know how I feel about resolution. Nobody says no to more resolution. And with this new sensor comes up to 6 stops of in-body image stabilization. We were even able to do some kind of handheld long exposure shots with it. Turned out marvelously. And that's just something that everyone's going to love. And like a lot of other new Fujifilm cameras, this does have Frame.io integration. All you need is any internet connection to connect to Frame.io to upload wirelessly photos and videos for review or just, you know, for fun. Overall, the X100VI offers a quantum leap in both quality and functionality and is going to more than satisfy the fans of the X100V. But what do you think? Are you excited for the 100VI? Comment below, we'd love to hear about it. We have to give a huge thanks to Fujifilm for providing this camera early for this wonderful first look. It has been an absolute blast. If you want to pre-order the camera, you can do it at pictureline.com or by following a link in the description. Also, a shout out to the bands that we photographed. No Jure, Air Vent Dwellers, and No Such Animal. If you want to check them out, we've provided links for their Spotify in the description as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to take your camera out today. See you next time. I'm gonna keep saying the word quantum leap in videos until somebody knows comments to say something about Ziggy or Al or something. Anyway.